What's going on? It's December 7th, 2023. This is KYN Live, and I am one of your two lovely hosts, Tyler Hyrchuk. Now, my guest this week today is a voice actor, on-camera actor, real sweetheart, probably one of the only people I would actually let date my daughter, except I don't have a daughter, and I'm pretty sure he's married. It's Ed Selvey.
Aw, I'm so touched. I'm not married, but I'm very interested in your imaginary daughter.
Well, there you go. Great way to start the show. How you doing, Ed?
I'm doing good, man. Yeah, just ready to talk about the news and how everything is wild.
Oh, yeah.
All of it.
Oh, yeah. Take all these stories with a grain of salt because they are just a microcosm of what is happening in the world.
All right.
And I don't want to give you any hints, but I don't know that there's anything AI related in here. But we'll find out.
We'll find out together.
Great. So here's what's going to happen for those who don't know. We're going to go through the KYN 7. So 7 of the top news stories of the week that are stupid, funny, or weird. I will get Ed's reactions and I'll ask questions along the way. And guys, send in your super chats to get your question or statement read on the air. And if you don't want to donate through YouTube or you can't catch the show live, that sucks. But it's okay. You can go to kynchat.com and you can leave your question or statement anytime that we will read on the air, or Ed will get tattooed somewhere on his body. Sound good, Ed?
Sounds good.
Perfect. Beautiful forearms. On to story number 7, reported by Vietnam.vn. A man in Vietnam went to the hospital with a headache and a loss of vision. Now, doctors did a CT scan of his brain and discovered the cause of the headache. What do you think was the cause of this individual's headache, Ed?
Oh man, so many lovely options. I am imagining he wanted, like, he got into an argument with a friend and he was like, I can totally fit 5 M&Ms up my nose. And like he got to 4 and was like, oh, there's a problem, but was like too nervous to do anything. And then a while later he was like, oh, I should see someone.
I mean, great thought process here. Reminds me of a joke. If I have time for it at the end, I'll share it. But
Okay.
no, you need to almost be thinking like comically, like stereotypical racistly.
Oh,
He had broken chopsticks up his nose.
stop it.
We have an X-ray here as well, straight up. Yeah.
Oh
So
no.
So the man claimed he didn't know that they were up there, but he said 5 months earlier he got in a fight at a restaurant, was stabbed in the face, and he got first aid treatment. And after that, he had the occasional headache and pus flowing out of his nose.
Oh.
But this time the symptoms were worse.
Uh, is there a video of that bar fight? Like, I'm imagining some John Wick nonsense. Like somebody whipped out some chopsticks and just.
Watch me make these chopsticks
Oh
disappear.
no.
I guess, I mean, it makes me appreciate eating with metal spoons. That would never happen to me.
Oof. I
Uh,
mean, you would know if there was a problem. Like, if a metal
yes.
spoon went up your nose, you'd be like, I need to go to the hospital right now.
That being said, apart from like disposable chopsticks, I do have a pair of metal chopsticks, and those would do some damage. All right, on to story number 6,
All
reported
right.
by Fortune. A startup company called Prophetic wants to help computer engineers be more productive. Now, they created a piece of hardware with the intention of increasing everyone's productivity. So, what does this new product supposedly do to increase a computer engineer's productivity, Ed?
Coming from an IT background, it makes sure that they can't take phone calls from anyone. Like, it just puts them in a
Interesting.
room all alone where no one can bother them because computer people are generally not sociable. It's just my first thought is like, I don't want to deal with people. Put me in a black box.
Just like, yeah, okay, got you. So like kind of like an airplane's black box. It's just like you're enclosed. There's no
Right. Just
communication.
like as hardened as it could possibly be, like the most protected area in the building where no person can get in. And like you got to have an excursion team to get this person so they can go program.
This is arguably like more creepy than that. It's a headpiece that will supposedly help them write code in their sleep. We have a
Oh,
picture of it.
please do.
So the company says that people can induce a lucid dream state, which occurs when the person having a dream is aware that they're sleeping. And the goal with the product is to activate the parts of the brain that control decision making and awareness, initiating the lucid dream and allowing people to tackle problems similar to if they were awake.
So your waking nightmare becomes your sleeping nightmare.
Exactly. Can you imagine that? Like, your partner's like, "Are you going to bed, honey?" You're like, "No, I'm gonna work on some code." And then you pass out, and then you wake up and you wake up and you're bumping around the house being like, "I gotta get to my keyboard."
No. I love the idea that we are finding less and less ways to escape from capitalism. Like, let it just follow us into our dreams and take all our time away.
And then Lucid Dreams, or the company Prophetic, would start like doing ads and stuff too in your dreams. Like, you gotta
just
pay
wake up
more.
like, yeah, I don't know what happened, but I feel like I really just need to buy a PS5.
To access your left arm, insert $5. Just like, oh shit. Terrifying, truly terrifying. Reminder, guys out there, getting your super chats to every question or statement read on the air. And if you can't catch the show live, go to kynchat.com. Leave a contribution at any time, and we'll read your question or statement on the next show. On to story number 5, reported by King, or KING5 Seattle. Great name for a newscasting company. K, that would be radio? TV?
I would guess radio. Like, that's a lot of letters. I feel like TV is usually like
KING.
KING.
I don't know. Anyways, KING5, King 5, Seattle, reports in Thurston County, Washington, they had to do a recount to determine the winner of a city council election between Ryan Roth and Damian Green. Now, before the results were finalized, Mr. Green revealed that he didn't vote. He was like, I felt like it was best for me not to vote in this election. Keep in mind, when I ask you, what do you think were the results of the election?
I mean, the easiest answer is that he lost by like 1 vote.
So he lost not by like 1 vote, by 1 vote.
Literally 1 vote.
Yeah, we've got a video clip here too.
If the Lord wants me to have it, I'll have it.
That was his philosophy during the campaign, too. He worked to convince voters, but did not vote in his own race.
I didn't feel comfortable voting for myself. I thought it was kind of narcissistic. So I didn't.
I want to see the after interview where they're like, well, God doesn't like you.
That was exactly what I thought. I'm like, who else didn't vote for you? Jesus Christ.
I mean, like, look, he's self-selected out of the pool, which is maybe good. Like, if that guy was just like, look, I don't feel like I am qualified to X thing that the city needs. Like, I don't know if I'm the person who should decide whether water treatment continues. I'm just going to let go and let God. Like, I would rather this happen before than after.
I would argue, though, that humility is what would be needed, like, in city council as well.
You know what? I'll take that.
Right?
That's fair.
Right?
Yeah.
But I'm just picturing, like, behind closed doors, he's like, please, God, like, vote for me. Let me win this election. And God's, Jesus Christ, like, my hands are tied. I can't. Sorry, I can't do it. So, yeah, and it was very few votes to begin with. So Ryan Roth won 247 votes to 246.
Wow.
And if he had voted for himself and there was a tie, they would have done a coin flip to determine the new city count. A couple weeks ago, we had a story where these two guys tied, and instead of a recount, they were like, let's just coin flip for it. And it was wild.
And then the guy's just like, best of 3, best of 5, best of 7.
Yeah. Best 15 out of 29.
But also, let it be said, voting is super important. Please vote.
Oh, God.
Please vote.
Please vote as often as you can. I mean, even just looking at, just getting into industry for a second, like the SAG vote recently, I swear it was on like 38% of the members actually voted or something, which is wild.
It's so important. How can you not make time for it?
I don't know. I think they need to make it a holiday, or at least a half day.
Yeah.
So that everyone gets the chance to. Anyways, enough of our socialist views. On to story number 4, reported by USA Today. Have you ever been to Red Lobster?
I have. It's been a long time. I'm not big on like seafood, but the biscuits are so good.
Oh yeah. I remember one time I was giving blood and I was talking with the nurse who was doing like the onboarding, I guess, interview before the blood drawing. And we got the weird.
It sounds like they're hiring you.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm just a contractor. Yeah. And so we got talking about food. And she's like, I'm a big foodie. Like, I love, I'm like, oh, like, what kind of places do you like to go to? And she's like, well, we don't eat out much, but when we do eat out, we love to go to Red Lobster. And I'm like, you just shot your food credibility right in both feet. Anyways, last June, Red Lobster turned a limited time promotional deal into a permanent deal in order to try to draw customers into their restaurants. Now, it was called the Ultimate Endless Shrimp Deal, featuring 2 types of all-you-can-eat shrimp for $20. What was the result of Red Lobster doing this deal?
What was the result of Red Lobster doing this deal? My immediate thought is that, like, some person who loves shrimp but has a terrible allergy was like, give me all the shrimp. And then they had to deal with that nonsense.
That would be spectacular, where like the person's like, well, it could kill me, but it's a great deal.
Right?
It could kill me, but it's a great deal.
I mean, how many better ways are there to die?
Oh, just shrimp to the face. And then during the autopsy, it's like when they do an autopsy of a whale and they cut his stomach open and the shrimp just spills out. So, the more boring answer is they brought in too many customers and they're expected to lose $20 million this year as a result.
If you told me that any chain was going to have too many customers, Red Lobster would not be it. Like, I'm not trying to
100%.
like dunk on Red Lobster, but it's not exactly culinary perfection as far as I know.
I remember seeing this story like before seeing it here, and the CEO was basically like, I didn't realize the margins were what they were. And can you imagine, like, this guy's like, let's just make it all the time. And then they're like, there's so many customers. And he's like, I fucking nailed it. He's patting himself on the back. And then the accountant's like, excuse me, sir. He's like, one moment, I'm patting myself on the back. And he's like, sir, we've lost $20 million.
I also love the idea that, like, we have this idea that people who make tons of money like deserve to run things, and like this company is about to have a lot of problems because the guy in charge didn't math good, you know?
Yes. And to make an accounting tie-in, they are now in the Red Lobster.
There it is.
On to story number 3, reported by ANSA, ANSA. For several months, there was a wave of vandalism in a village near Rome, Italy, with car owners getting their tires slashed. Now, there are rumors that it was a result of fights between neighbors or even mafioso-style intimidation. So police installed surveillance cameras and determined the cause of the tire vandalism. What was the cause, Ed?
What was the cause?
And where were you in Rome, Italy?
Eating a very spicy meatball. What caused this? I am imagining some sort of like weird Italian Wolverine. Like some small animal has just been running around like bashing into windows and slashing at tires.
So you're not wrong.
Okay.
It was less exciting, but it was a dog chewing on the tires, and just like wrecking the cars in general. Like that looks like a lot of damage.
That is also a very powerful dog. Like, I wouldn't imagine a dog would be able to like actually damage a car enough that a person would be like, there are roving gangs destroying everything.
Can you imagine how strong those teeth have to be? And then there's like a commercial with 5 Italian dentists. It's like 4 out of 5 Italian dentists recommend that your dogs just chew on cars.
It's like cats have a scratching post. Like dogs need like chewing cars just to keep it sharp.
The only thing funnier is if it was like it only happened to non-Italian made cars. So Italian dog chewing on cars. What do you think his name is?
Italian dog chewing on cars. First thought, Elon.
Elon, interesting.
Little Elon just running around ruining industry.
Just chasing cars.
Not knowing what to do with them once he catches them. Yeah.
His name's Billy. Billy. Very boring, very non-Italian name. But the sad part is it's believed the dog is doing that because he has a severe case of gingivitis and biting the tires helps relieve the pain. So he's basically teething.
Listen, he's still a good boy. They're all good boys.
Exactly. I mean, that's what it comes down to. And if I was a dog and there were donut-shaped things out there, I would try to eat them as well.
Just giant chew toys everywhere.
goodness. One more reminder, guys. Get in your super chats to have your question or statement read on the air, or go to kynchat.com. Leave a contribution at any time, and we'll read your question or statement on the next show. On to story number 2, reported by Action News Now. There was a 2-vehicle car crash that was reported in Palisadro, California, early one morning. Now, police arrived on the scene, and they were able to locate one driver, but the other driver had apparently run off. What do you think caused this 2-vehicle crash?
Oof, what caused this 2-vehicle crash? I am immediately thinking like 3 kids in a trench coat were driving the other car. And like the accident happened and they were like, we gotta get out of here.
No, run! Run! I don't know how to work the legs. I don't know how to work the arms. Honestly, like, it wouldn't surprise me if the 2 that were involved in the car crash had the brain capacity of 3 toddlers in a trench
Like,
coat.
combined.
They were supposedly playing a game of chicken. And we have pictures. Because it's like, I mean, I also wouldn't drive what looks like a BMW into a pickup truck.
Right? I'm surprised it's not worse.
Yeah, honestly, it just goes to show you that crumple zones work in cars.
Also that like the Fast and Furious series is just like destroying our brains as a society. I still want 5 more of them because I love those movies.
Oh yeah, yeah. Fast and Furious 15. I just picture there's an Italian detective comes by. He doesn't know what happened. He's like, it was a dog. It was 2 dogs. That was happened. So the driver that was there was arrested. And the last word, the local county sheriff's office was asking witnesses to help locate the other one. My thought is just ask the guy you arrested. Because how do you like anonymously figure out you want to do chicken with somebody?
I guess you just drive down the street until somebody else doesn't like turn. You just keep trying cars.
See, now I'm picturing like a meetup, like, hey, chicken friends, like I'm meeting up on the side road if you want to come, as opposed to just like driving and just seeing who doesn't, like, I don't know.
So you're imagining like car fight club, basically. Like we meet up in the middle of the night, like 2 cars enter, 1 car leaves, hopefully.
Pretty much. Yep.
All right.
Was it Greece where they did this on tractors, and then was it John Travolta's like shoelaces got caught, or was that Footloose?
It sounds more like Footloose. Also, I need for you to know, I thought you were talking about the location Greece, and I was like, oh, this must have been another news story I didn't hear. Wait, John Travolta was there?
Yeah, John Travolta was in Santorini driving a tractor for a movie role. Great. On to the last story. Story number 1, reported by The Argus. A frustrated motorist was tired of waiting for the town to fix a pothole on the side of a road. So they decided to take matters into their own hands. What did they do?
Oh, duct tape, baby. Duct tape all day. You got like 1 roll of duct tape. You use like maybe half of it. You got that thing covered.
Duct tape, Gorilla Tape. What's the one where like it's a water thing and it's
Flex Seal.
Yeah.
Just slap it on there. Yeah.
Slap that shit on
waterproof there. Too. Perfect.
They decided to do a bit of like arts and crafts. So they spray painted a penis around it. And we have pictures.
There it is. That's what that is.
I love, like, from time to time, what we'll do is we'll censor stuff that is not appropriate on the videos and pictures. And this is such a poorly drawn penis that like we don't have to censor it.
It honestly looks more like a middle finger. Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah, this is actually a tie-in to that BBC reporter who got caught. I don't know if you saw that. She was flipping off the camera and then was like, today's news story, and didn't realize that the camera had caught her flipping off the nation.
Amazing.
So apparently somewhere nearby, there was similar vandalism around a pothole, which resulted in it being fixed the next day. So they were hoping that was going to be the case. Now, there's no word on whether it's been fixed, but a spokesman from the county said that they have not received any reports of potholes at the location. So the county's like, well, you didn't tell us, so we didn't know. I would argue the spokesperson should have been like, please don't take matters in your own hands and spray paint penises all over the place.
I mean, like, that's apparently like the kryptonite. Like, that's how we motivate government to do things, is just draw penises on them and wait. I
Exactly.
guess.
Exactly. Jonah Hill's character from Superbad has, missed opportunities here.
Gosh. So
This
like
is
if we want like more funding for our schools, we should just draw penises. Nope, this is a
on
bad
this.
plan.
No.
Nope. Figure it out. Bad call. Edit. Go back.
Oh no. Oh no. Our roll-in TV is broken. Just draw a huge penis on it. This is actually a storyline from a show called The League. I don't know if you've heard about it before.
I've heard about it. I have not seen it.
One storyline, Nick Kroll's character is so funny in it. And basically he's having this gathering. I want to say it's not a bar mitzvah, but maybe it's a bris for his son.
Okay.
And he's got a huge pothole. And his friend was like, yeah, there's a pothole in my community. And they spray painted a dick on it and it went away. And he's like, oh, this is amazing. I'm going to do the same thing. But then he told the guests to go on Google Maps to find his home. And the Google Map image was him spraying a swastika on the pothole, hoping to like get it removed. Absolutely insane. But I digress. That was story number one. Thank you. That's it. That's all basically. Thank you, Ed, for coming to hang out.
Absolutely.
And tell the people what you got going on, where they can find you. Anything exciting in the works?
Let's see. Exciting stuff in the works. I am joining the cast of Marvel Move soon, so that should be fun.
Hell yeah. Can you talk about the role you're playing?
I am NDA'd to hell and back because Marvel, and I don't want the mouse to own more of my souls. I'm not exactly sure what that I can say, but I will be in the upcoming season.
Hell yeah.
It will be fun.
Love it.
I think it's okay to say nope, never mind. Not gonna say that. I'm gonna join that. Aside from that, yeah, I am basically just like getting into this booth whenever I can. You can follow me at my Instagram handle, which is shown here. I also have a website. If you search for Ed Selvey or Edward Selvey or any connotation thereof, you'll get there. It is edwardselveyiv.com if you just want to type it in with your fingers.
Very nice. IV, and that means you're the fourth Fast and the Furious movie. Is that how that works?
I am the fourth.
All right. Well, thank you so much for hanging out, Ed. That will do it for KYN Live. Tune in next Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern for more news stories that are totally real, but totally ridiculous. Joel, press that button. Until then, thanks so much, Ed.